Okay, what is my hunter rank anyway? Guild card, view it. 36. All right. Mm-hmm. And they're gonna have a one-on-one match later on too, I believe. Or yeah, they do have a one-on-one match later on in the night. Hey, what's up, my subscribers? I'm here to stream some Monster Hunter World with you guys, or for you guys, while I talk about Fastlane and the Nintendo Directs. First of all, I'm going to say I don't know why people is complaining about the Nintendo Direct. I mean, sure, it showed a lot of ports for the Nintendo Switch, but I know for sure damn well that everybody that don't have a PS4 is excited to play Crash Bandicoot. I think it's awesome that Crash Bandicoot actually gets to be on the Nintendo Switch. I also think it's great that for people that likes it, that South Park gets to be on the Switch. I mean, it don't bother me none because I have it on the PS4, but I have Crash on the PS4 too, but it'd be great to play it on the Switch. South Park, I wouldn't care to play again. Undertale, I don't even know how to feel about that because I actually didn't expect Undertale would ever come to the Switch. That one's unique. I am so excited for Luigi's Mansion to be coming to the 3DS though, because I love Luigi's Mansion, and I kind of love it. And it will be great to go play Luigi's Mansion when I'm not at home. But the real reveal of the Direct was Super Smash Brothers. Everybody is excited for that. And everyone is asking about my predictions for Smash Brothers, who I think is going to be in it, and who I think is going to be cut. The only characters I expect to be cut are the Wii Fit Trainer, obviously. I see Dark Pit, getting cut. Pac-Man is a little bit iffy. I mean, Pac-Man's really popular too, but I do remember Sakurai saying he was in the Wii U 3DS version just because Namco helped develop the game. So though I do for sure see Wii Fit and Dark Pit being cut. Lucina, I don't expect Lucina to get cut. I just expect them to change her moveset a little bit different. Or change her moveset up where she's not a Marth clone. And yeah, I do think either Robin or Corrin is getting replaced with the new main protagonist of the new Fire Emblem. And for newcomers or people who I think is going to come, I want to say Ash Climbers is coming back, but I do remember Sakurai was saying he hated how everybody kept complaining about the Ash Climbers with their dang wobbling and stuff. Who do I but in real, honestly, I actually expect a new Metroid character. I would say Ridley because we need more villains, but Sakurai already said Ridley'd be too big for Smash, and shrinking him down wouldn't fit like Ridley. So I think they could do Sylix or Stylix, however you pronounce it, or a different space pirate. And I do expect another Animal Crossing rep, probably Isabelle or Tom Nook. And I do imagine the main character from Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is going to be in it. I see a character from ARMS, probably Ribbon Man Spring Man and Ribbon Girl being alternate costumes for each other. But I see them being in the game. For a Donkey Kong rep, I feel like we need a new Donkey Kong rep, and I honestly expect if we get one, it's gonna be Funky Kong, because Dixie would be pretty much too similar of a Diddy Kong clone. I'd say. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but Funky I could see would actually be a totally different moveset. And I heard at one point that Sakurai wanted to replace Diddy Kong with Funky Kong. But he never did that. That's why he could just add Funky Kong as a third rep. I mean, I'd love to see King K. Rool too. I feel like Donkey Kong is popular enough it could have 4 reps, but as much as I want King K. Rool, it may be a villain from one of the newer Donkey Kong countries, considering King K. Rool hasn't been around for a while in the main games. But then again, they did trademark King K. Rool back when Smash Wii U and 3DS was out, so they could do that. Do I expect it though? I can't say what I expect or not, because it is Sakurai. You never know what Sakurai is going to do with Smash Brothers on Switch. You never know what he's going to do with Smash Brothers, period. Because it is Sakurai. In my own honest opinion, though, I'd love a new Kirby rep. And as much as people say Bandana D would be most likely, I'm just thinking in my mind, what if they do put Marks in? Because you can befriend Marks and Kirby Star Allies. And he would be the villain we need. Just imagine if they put Marks in Smash Brothers as a 4th Kirby rep, but he'd also be a villain. I mean, I'd like to see Dana Waddle Dee in the game, or I'd even be more fine with Dyna Blade, but Marks is becoming relevant again because they put him in Kirby Star Allies, and then I could actually see him being in a game. And if they do that, oh, that would actually be awesome. Marks would actually fit pretty dang well in Smash Brothers. Like I said, I prefer Bandana D or Dyna Blade, but I could see Marks being actually a pretty cool representation in the game. As for characters I'd like to see get added that could be put in Smash Brothers, that would be great to have a revival of their franchise. I'd love to see Isaac from Golden Sun. Bring out Isaac for Golden Sun and then confirm a Golden Sun 4 after confirming Isaac for Smash. I'd also love to see Chibi Robo get announced, and then we could try and revive Chibi Robo. Just give him a good game instead of the crappy Zip Lash from 3DS. I mean, if we could get another Chibi Robo like the GameCube version, or even a GameCube Chibi Robo remake, oh, that would be so awesome. And for third parties, that I think is most likely, I know with third parties it's a little bit iffy, but let's say we do lose Ryu because Capcom won't let us use him. The most popular one, the most likely ones I'd say would be Rayman, because Ubisoft was one of the only companies that was actually supporting the Wii U. Was one of the only third-party companies supporting the Wii U, but there was also the fact that Rayman, Globox, and Barbara was trophies in the Wii U version of Smash Brothers. Which is why makes me wonder why they would have just went and put trophies for them in the game. And Ubisoft's already working with Nintendo with Mario and Rabbids on the Switch. Now, it could be a Rabbid that would be in the game, but if I remember correctly, the Rabbids started as a cartoon instead of a game, because I thought the Raving Rabbids cartoon came on before the game. Which would mean that Rayman would have to be in the game instead of them. Which I'd be alright with the Rabbid too, but I think they started out as a cartoon character. If they didn't, you can correct me if I'm wrong. And also Bomberman would also be most likely, because his new game is Nintendo Switch exclusive. And he's had a long history of Nintendo. He's been on the NES, SNES, Nintendo 64, GameCube. Wii. The only console he wasn't on was the Wii U. He was on all their handhelds as well. He's back on the Switch after missing the Wii U. And Hudson Soft did help with the original 3 or 4 Mario parties. And Bomberman was, funny fact about it, Bomberman was supposed to be in Brawl and was cut at the last second. So I could see Bomberman being added. As for other characters they could add, I know Sakurai likes retro characters, and in my opinion we could use more retro characters besides Little Mac, Rob, and Game & Watch. What if they put like Balloon Fighter in the game, or like Lip from Panel to Pawn, or who else could they do? Like Mach Rider wouldn't really make sense. What if they put Andy in from Advance Wars, though? He's not really retro, but what if they put Andy in from Advance Wars to revive Advance Wars, which would actually be pretty dope. As for stages that I'm calling it now, I'm gonna say returning stages from each game. Hyrule Castle 64, Princess Peach's Castle, or whatever it's called from the Nintendo 64 Smash Brothers. Congo Jungle 64, since it was in the Wii U version, and Kirby's Dream Land from N64. I think those 4 are coming back because 3 of them was brought back as DLC, so I think they'll come back. And one of them was default on the Wii U version. For Melee, the ones I'm pretty sure is coming back are Green Greens, Big Blue, Corneria, Onix, probably Rainbow? I would say Rainbow Cruise, but yeah, I think it could be Rainbow Cruise because they got Peach's Castle from Mario 64 and Mario Odyssey, so if they do Rainbow Cruise for Mario 64, it would still be relevant considering Mario 64's world's in Odyssey, so it's still relevant. I don't know if the Rainbow Cruise boat's in Odyssey or not, though. I also expect the Pokemon Stadium to return for Pokemon, obviously. If we know Pokeflows won't return, it'll be Pokemon Stadium. It's gonna be Yoshi's... Yoshi's Story from Melee could return, but I hope the heck it's the one where Yoshi's Island, I think it's called, the one where you can break all those boxes to make them spin and you can fall through the hole, where you walk on the warp pipe at the far left corner of the map. I think it's called Yoshi's Island. I hope it's the one that comes back from Melee. Another level I'd love to see back, well, the temple from Zelda's obviously coming back. Another level I'd like to see come back is Fourside. I loved Fourside. I'd love to see that level return. Do I see it coming? No, but I'd love to see it come back. This is going to be a little bit far-fetched here, but I'd love to see Tortimer's Island from the 3DS version of Smash Brothers get added to the Switch version. I'd love to see that. Because that was one of my favorite levels on the 3DS version, is if I was playing for fun, was to play Tortimer's Island. I loved that stage. And to do that, this is just going to be a joke, but for Tortimer's Island, Tortimer for Smash, nah, in all reality it'd be Isabelle or Tom Nook. But, if they're doing levels, though, the Golden Sun level would probably be Isaac's home, if they do put Isaac in, which I don't expect coming. A new level I'd like to see, because I don't know why we haven't got it yet. Put some kind of a Bowser's Castle in. Hopefully you put a new Kirby level in from Kirby Star Allies. I have a feeling they'll keep Halberd But it wouldn't hurt to have 3 Kirby levels, though. Well, we've already got, never mind, we've got 3 already. Green Greens, the Dreamland from N64, and then, Halberd. But they could always throw in a 4th Kirby character, or no, throw in a 4th stage, or even both. But if they don't want to throw in a 4th Kirby character, they could just throw in a 4th stage to support Kirby Star Allies. I also see a new level from Metroid being added, if they, which I hope, but I hope they bring back Brine Star Depths, because that's my favorite Metroid level. Or Planet Zabes from N64 would be pretty awesome. My favorite level for them to bring back, though, would be probably either Saffron City or Sector Z, or even bring back both of them, because I love both of those levels to death. What they really should do is bring back all the N64 levels from where it first started at. For third parties, it's going to be iffy. I'm debating if they're going to keep like Windy Hill Zone from Sonic in there, or if they're going to... Well, we know they're going to keep Green Hill because that's popular. Green Hill, but I'm debating if they're... They did have 2 stages in the Wii U version. Wait, no they didn't. They had Windy Hill on Wii U and Green Hill on 3DS. They could do a second Sonic stage. Which I'd hate to do this, but... but they'll probably keep Green Hill Zone, and then they may put a level from Sonic Forces in the game. I'm pretty sure Sonic is returning, though, because of it. Because, you know, it's Sonic, and he's a veteran. I don't see him cutting a third party that's a veteran. If Mega Man returns, he'll definitely keep Dr. Wily's Castle, or a level from Mega Man 11. With, Pac-Man, no. If he does come back, they'll probably get rid of the Pac-Maze, or not Pac-Maze, Pac-Mania, I think it was called. If you play Smash Bros. On Wii U and you remember the name of it, let me know what the name of the Pac-Man level on Wii U was. Was it Pac-Attack or some shit? I think they'll keep Pac-Maze from the 3DS version that had all the dots you could get, then you could grab the power pellet. I think they'll keep that one because that's, you know, retro Pac-Man. With Cloud, if they keep him, they'll obviously keep the Midgar stage, but Cloud is a little bit, like I said before, Square Enix and Nintendo are more like friends now, but Cloud is still iffy on if he'll return or not. Because of Square Enix and Nintendo aren't exactly what you call the best of friends or anything. And if they do bring in like another Donkey Kong character, it's probably going to be a level based off of Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, because it's getting ported to the Switch even. So it'd probably be a level from there. As for Brawl, the only levels I see probably coming back are the pirate ship and Wind Waker, since they brought it back in this one. I'm not sure which Game & Watch level they're going to bring back. I like the one on Melee better, but the Brawl one was the most recent. If they do bring back Ice Climbers, I hope they bring back the Iceberg, not the climbing mountain from Melee. If they bring back Wolf, they're obviously going to have to bring... Actually, I know they're probably going to bring back Lilac Cruise that was in Brawl. If they bring back Wolf, though, it would only really make sense to bring Venom from Melee back. Or even Sector Z for a third Star Fox level for Wolf. Because I'd say Corneria would be Falco's level. Highlight Cruise, I could say would be Fox's level, but it was added in Brawl with Wolf. For Pokemon, though, what kind of a level we could have would be iffy, because... And with Pokemon, too. Because with Greninja, as much as I liked Greninja in Smash 4, I could see Greninja getting cut for, like, maybe Decidueye or something, but... There's also the possibility of when could, you know, Pokemon for the Switch be shown off. Because if it's shown off, like, at E3... and show off some of the Pokemon, we could get one of its Pokemon in Smash Brothers, and then get a level based off of one of the cities or something in it we could use as a stage. So with Pokemon, it's hard to say right now, other than the fact that we pretty well know Pokemon Stadium is coming back. Or, as much as most people would hate this, it is Sakurai. He could do a Pokefloats too with a bunch of Pokemon that they show off from, like, the Pokemon on Switch. If it's a brand new region, they could show off like a Pokefloats too, where you're fighting on their heads like you did on Melee with Pokefloats. Do I expect it? Like I said, I've learned to expect pretty well anything, because you never know what's going to happen.
Hey, partner.
But, we're probably going to keep Smashville, obviously, for Animal Crossing. If they do bring back Dr. Mario, he needs to have his stage in the game. Another level I'd like to see them bring back that I know they won't, though, is Termina Bay from Melee. Well, they could do that if they go for the unexpected. Imagine if they'd put Skull Kid in Smash Brothers, then Termina Bay would be perfect for him, because it's from Majora's Mask, and he's from, well, Majora's Mask. Also with other characters I'd like to see that I still don't know why they haven't been playable in Smash Brothers yet is Waluigi. Why has Waluigi not been playable yet? Waluigi deserves his shot in Smash Brothers. He really deserves his shot at Smash Brothers, but I think Sakurai will possibly put him in this one because he's been being in every Mario game. Hello? Huh? Okay. If I don't talk though, sorry, I'm streaming. I told everybody I'd make a video about my predictions for the Smash Brothers on the Switch, so I'm talking about my predictions right now for it. That's why I was talking like that when you first came in. It's all good. As for the people that was predicting that Dixie Kong would be in the game, if they do put her in, I see more of her being an alternate costume for Diddy Kong. Because, like I said before, if they put her in, she'd be a clone of Diddy Kong, and everybody complains about clones. So I think Funky Kong would be better for Donkey Kong rep, or King K. Rool, and then put Dixie as an alternate costume. I know I'm gonna get hate for that, but that's just what I would do if I was Sakurai. What? Okay. And with more stages, with... Oh yeah, Wario had Gamer. The thing with Wario is he's going to be a little bit tricky, because Wario is a popular Mario character, but the WarioWare franchise ain't exactly what you call a popular franchise. Do I expect both stages will be in the game? Not really. part of me thinks that they won't be, but other parts of me thinks that they could throw both levels in because Warrior's a popular character even though his franchise ain't. Also, with the Nintendo Direct thing that I was talking about earlier, the new Dylan from the Rolling Western games was confirmed. I could actually see them putting Dylan as a playable character as well. Now, because of that. And if they do, that's going to be a little bit iffy too, because he rolls like Sonic. That could make him a Sonic clone. That's why I'm wondering if they're going to change Sonic's role a little bit to something from another game. You know, if they have to do it from like Sonic Battle, just change his role to something else so Dylan wouldn't be a clone. They could do that too. As for a level from Dylan's Rolling Western, I don't know. I haven't played that game in like 2 or 3 years, so I couldn't tell you what levels there is, but probably the main desert area. If they do add Waluigi, though, I hope they do a another kind of a Mario level for like a Mario Tennis or a Mario Golf Court or even a Mario Kart court to represent Waluigi. Actually, Mario Kart DS put Waluigi's pinball as a Super Smash Bros. Stage for Waluigi if he got added. And then, if they do a new Zelda character, I don't know who it could be. I mean, Zelda's only got 5 characters, while Mario had 6, 7 if you counted Dr. Mario, and Fire Emblem has 6. Zelda deserves another character. But I don't know who it could be, because they could put one of the champions in from Breath of the Wild, but those characters are all dead. And I don't recall Sakurai putting a dead character in Smash Bros. Before. He could also maybe put like the Guardian as playable, but wouldn't he be similar to Ridley, being way too big for Smash? Then again, Guardian could be like an assist trophy. And that would go back to the roots. What about Impa? Because she's been in every Zelda game. Just don't give her Breath of the Wild attire. Give her like Hyrule Warriors. Or it could be Zant, because that way Zant's been my most wanted Zelda character for a while. He'd be a new Zelda rep. Or even remove Midna from an assist trophy and put her playable because she was an assist trophy in the last one. Could even do Skull Kid. Like I said earlier, we'd bring back Termina Bay. And anyone that's played Splatoon, let me know what Splatoon level could be in the game, because I've not even played that game, so I don't know what level could be in Smash Brothers from it. I've not played ARMS either. If an ARMS character got added, I wouldn't know what stage could be in the game from it either. But for all the people that predictions are saying that we're gonna lose about 8 or 9 characters from Smash Brothers, we're not. I expect at the very most to lose like 3 or 4 at the very most, and that's all I'm expecting. Because you people that says Sakurai's gonna cut a lot of characters, if you do remember, Sakurai already said he does not like cutting characters. He said each character was cut for a reason. Young Link was cut because we don't need 3 Links. He put Toon Link in instead. We don't need 3 Links. Pichu was cut because everybody hated Pichu. Roy was cut because his game was never released in North America, and he was just in it to support his game in Japan for Melee. But he was popular that everybody wanted him back, so they brought him back. Mewtwo was cut because he was supposedly no longer relevant at the time. But he was so popular that everybody wanted him back, so he came back. Ice Climbers was cut because Sakurai's excuse was the 3DS couldn't handle Ice Climbers. But then there's also the possibility that everybody was complaining about the Ice Climbers too, because they were broken with their fucking wobbling throwing combos and shit. They were broken, so Sakurai may have cut them to save all the complaints. In my honest opinion, though, as much as I love Donkey Kong 64, what they need to do is they need to replace Jungle Chase from Donkey Kong 64 with a stage from a more relevant Donkey Kong game. Just like the level from New Super Mario Bros. U that was in the Wii U version, it'll probably be replaced with a level from Mario Odyssey. Skyloft that was in the Wii U version from Skyward Sword, it's probably going to get replaced with I don't know, it could be Kakariko Village, could be the new Death Mountain, could be the new Zora's Domain. It's going to be a level from Breath of the Wild, obviously. I just don't know what one. Then there's still, what could they use for Fire Emblem? What levels could they use? Probably a level from the new one coming out. They could use a level from Fire Emblem Warriors. Because Fire Emblem have 6 characters and it only has 2 stages, that don't make much sense. I'm pretty sure Skyworld would stay from Kid Icarus. They're probably going to replace the Great Cave Offensive, because Sakurai said he put that stage in just to tick people off in the last game, and it worked. They'll probably replace it with the level from Kirby Star Allies that releases in like 3 days. And I know I'm gonna sound like a dumbass troll here with what I'm about to say, but what if we get a Tetris level? A level where we get to stand on the frickin' Tetris blocks. Because Tetris has been long time on Nintendo systems. I could actually see a Tetris level getting added just for laughs from Sakurai, because he likes to troll us. What do you guys think of the fate of my boy Yoshi? You think he'll be his normal attire? You think it'll be his freaking Yarn Yoshi from Yoshi's Woolly World? I hope to hell it's not his Yarn attire. But But I would not be surprised if it is. Sakurai likes to fuck shit up. I love the guy to death when it comes to Smash Brothers. I wouldn't want no one else to develop it, but he does love to fuck shit up in that game. And I don't care how much shit he fucks up in that game. If I was asked, would I want someone else to develop Smash Brothers? No, it would not be the same without Sakurai doing it. And I know he needs a break. That's why Sakurai make this the best Smash Brothers game, and we can literally not have to worry about having another one. As much as I'd love to have another one, you could have somebody else develop it for you, and then you watch everything, I suppose. Instead of developing it yourself, you could just tell the people that's developing it who to add and who to cut and shit, and they can do it. There's also the possibility that Travis Touchdown, I forgot about him, could be added because No More Heroes 3 is Nintendo Switch exclusive. There's also a possibility that he could be in it. And then the way Sakurai loves retro characters, there's also a possibility he could add. This is just the worst prediction I've had yet, but he could add Simon Belmont from Castlevania. Which I highly doubt, but it's possible. And as for stages, I couldn't give any more predictions because my Wii U is quit about almost 2 years ago, and I haven't played Smash Brothers on the Wii U since then to know what all stages was on it. But a stage I'd like to see return from the 3DS version would be Magician or Magic Hand, however you pronounce it. Which I don't see it coming back, but it'd be dope as hell if it did. If they bring back Little Mac, they're obviously going to bring back the boxing ring for him. If they bring back Ryu, it'll probably be Suzaku Castle still for him. I think they'll probably keep the Mario Maker stage. Or replace it with a Mario Odyssey stage, like I said in the first place. This prediction I'm going to say is aggravating as heck to me, but I could actually see Captain Toad getting added with a level from the Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. Actually, the Mii Fighters, I think they're probably going to remove the Mii Fighters as well, because Sakurai did say he doesn't want anything associated with the Wii on the Switch. What? Yeah, I'm streaming. I would normally say this is a joke character, but for anyone that likes Smash Brothers, his game did get announced for the Switch on the Nintendo Direct. Anyone think it's possible for Crash Bandicoot to be in Smash? Because his game did get ported to the Switch now. I always said I wanted Crash Bandicoot as a joke, but he could actually happen now since his game's on Switch. And if they do bring Crash, we already know Wumpa Jungle would be his stage. He could very well fit though in Smash Brothers, because I do recall the only quality a character needs to be in Smash Brothers is if it's a third-party company. All they need is the third-party company needs to be friends with Nintendo. For example, Sega and Nintendo are like buddies, so that's why Sonic's able to be in in Smash Brothers. The other thing is the third-party company or character needs to have had at least 3 games on a Nintendo console, which Crash has had 3 games on the Nintendo consoles before, because Mind Over Mutant and Crash of the Titans was on Wii, Nitro Kart was on GameCube, the Not Strikes Back, Wrath of Cortex was on GameCube. One more Crash game was on GameCube, and then we got Insane Trilogy on Switch, so Crash qualifies for that. Activision is obviously alright with Nintendo, or they wouldn't have put Crash there in the first place. So that's 2 of the 3 things they need for a third party. And they need to be popular where they need to be popular enough where anybody of any age can look at the character and say, "Oh, I know who that is." For example, like anybody like 5 and or so, or anybody 70 and above knows who Pac-Man is. It has to be somebody that can literally be recognized. A character that somebody can look at and say, "Oh, I know that character." And I'm pretty sure people that's like 50 years old or so knows who Crash is. That's why I think he could fit too. Now, do I think any character that was just ported to the Switch is going to happen? Well, no. Obviously, Sans from Undertale will not happen. Obviously, a South Park character definitely ain't going to happen. But if Namco is willing to work with Nintendo on this one, like they did with the last game, another third-party character I could actually see happening would be Jen from Tekken. I could actually see that happening too. Another character that seems to be kind of likely would be Shovel Knight, because Shovel Knight's is the only character that wasn't in Smash Brothers that's third party that's got his own amiibo, and he's got 3 more amiibo figures coming later this year from the Shovel Knight Switch DLC, which could mean the Shovel Knight may very well be added. Now, as for Lucina, when everybody says Lucina's going to get cut from Fire Emblem, I don't think she will. I just think they're going to change her moveset up. And if Dark Pit gets cut, he's just going to be an alternate attire for Pit, obviously. More alternate, since I don't know anything more about stages, because I can't remember from the Wii U version. Alternate costumes that I'd like to see that they could add would be like... This is a little bit iffy, but... What about Galactonite for Meta Knight? The new buffed up King Dedede from Kirby Star Allies could be an alternate attire for King Dedede. Yarn, if they do the original version of Yoshi, Yarn Yoshi would be an alternate costume from Yoshi. They have an amiibo for a reason. Could Silver and Gold Mario be alternate costumes of Mario? And if Mega Man stays, could that mean Gold Mega Man would be an alternate costume from Mega Man? Hopefully they put Mr. L as an alternate attire for Luigi. And then Dr. Luigi as an alternate for Luigi would be dope as heck too. Another character they could do an alternate attire of, do Dry Bowser as an alternate costume for Bowser. You could also do Claus as you could do Claus as an alternate attire for Lucas. Heck, you could do Masked Man as an alternate costume for Lucas, because Masked Man was Claus with a mask. Assuming you bring back Lucas, which I'm pretty sure you're bringing back Lucas anyway. Do all of the Mario versions. Do like the 8-bit Mario. Do them as an alternate costume for Mario would be pretty awesome. What alternate attire could they do for Kirby though? Kirby's just a little pink ball with feet. There ain't much they could do for alternate attires for Kirby. Yeah, there's not much they could do with Kirby. For Ness, they could do an alternate attire where he was in his pajamas at the beginning of the game from Earthbound. Just have different attires. They could do Dark Samus for Samus. Dark Link. Wait, no, Dark Link is already there for Link. Never mind. Do all the different versions of Link. Do Breath of the Wild as his main skin. Do Ocarina of Time Link. Do Majora's Mask Link. Do Twilight Princess Link and Skyward Sword Link. All his alternate attires for him would be dope as heck. Or do like Young Link for Toon Link, I guess would be better. I know. Do Yarn Kirby from Kirby's Epic Yarn for Kirby. Maybe you could do Prince Fluff as an alternate for Kirby as well. I would say you could keep Daisy as an alternate for Peach, but Daisy kinda deserves her spotlight in Smash Brothers. Zelda could have, what was her name? Helda or whatever, from the black-haired Princess Zelda from Link Between Worlds. I forgot her name. Laurel, the Princess Laurel. You could have that as an alternate for Zelda. Also, Breath of the Wild Zelda was probably going to be the main Zelda. If it isn't, you could put that as an alternate attire. You could put Skyward Sword and Twilight Princess Link or Zelda as alternate attires as well. Ocarina of Time Zelda could be an alternate. You could make Elliewood an alternate costume for Roy. Would be another one that would be pretty cool. No. I'm not sure what else you could do for it. Sakurai will come up with something, you know, off the wall, like he always does. He always comes up with something off the wall. Like Rob for Brawl, Game & Watch for Melee, Duck Hunt Dog for this one. That's what I think. He's going to come up with a retro character or something nobody expects. Watch, after he's done confirming every character for Smash Brothers, he's going to say, that's every character I have to show you. Okay, I lied, I have one more. It's Crash Bandicoot, now leave me alone. You know, watch it be something like that, or some shit that nobody expects. Other than that, I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and end this video, and I'll talk about what I was going to talk about in this one and the other video, because this one's hitting an hour. If anyone else has anything that could be added in Smash Bros. That I missed, you can make it in the comment section down below. In the meantime, later.